And they're 40 minutes away from going to the Dunkin' Donuts across the street from the XL Center on Trumbull Street. Sold out of donuts and bagels by mid-morning.
Sounds like college students.
UConn with the first possession. Purvis off to Hamilton, who had such a bad shooting day yesterday. He ties that one up immediately. The grandmother last weekend in Southern California, be flying back to Southern California after this game.
Well, the young man has played like a freshman at moments and played like a brilliant next-level prospect at moments. Which Daniel Hamilton do we see?
Here's Nick Moore's first shot of the day, and it's around and out. He was 3 for 14 yesterday. And for the first time since we've been watching him, which is quite a bit all season long, he took some shots that were questionable.
I think this is a team that has very well-defined roles, and typically all of them play to their roles. And I think that's crucial today. One thing UConn has got to avoid today, and that's foul trouble on the interior. Grima has got to be on the floor, as does Philip Nolan.
Both right beyond the three. It took UConn almost 8 minutes before they scored yesterday. Here's Purvis slamming on the brakes. They went 7 minutes and 50 seconds before their first basket. Here's Boatwright, partially blocked, perhaps. I think it was off the fingertips of Manuel. He's on the run now. SMU with 26 wins. They don't have to worry about going to the tournament. Here's Moore, off target. Herrera's rebound batted out of his hands. They're certainly into the NCAA tournament. Now an official timeout. The man down, and that's Boatwright. Comes on for him.
And right away, SMU, which is not typically an extend pressure type team, recognizes without their best ball handler, playmaker, they extend and want to put some pressure on Samuel to handle it.
Samuel, a 6'4" sophomore from the Bronx. Purvis handling the ball now. He exploded for 28 against SMU, and they met on March 1st. Samuel on the attack, airborne back out. Purvis thought about it, inside the three, off the fake, forced it up there and hit it. He wanted a foul too, none forthcoming. But he hits the first basket, and well ahead of yesterday's pace for the Huskies. Purvis continues to play well in this tournament. He had 17 against Cincinnati in that huge win. Brown, one step into the lane, knocked away by Purvis. Nick Moore, the player of the year in the American. So many clutch shots this season. The entry from Herrera, and he draws the foul.
Kevin Ollie pleading his case with Mike Stevens. He disagrees with the call, and I said it to start this ballgame. You've got a deep, talented, long front line from SMU. There is absolutely very little depth up front for UConn, so Nolan and Brima cannot get foul trouble.
But listen to the reaction as Boatwright returns after taking that shot to the face.
Don't let that slight frame fool you. By will and by skill, Ryan Boatwright can carry a team.
Number 2 from Herrera, and ties the game. Now UConn has 20 wins now after yesterday's victory against Tulsa. Get the feeling if they had another week left in the regular season, they might play their way into the NCAA tournament without the automatic bid.
Yeah, they're just going to run out of time because they have started to put things together. It's going to be an offensive foul on Grima, and that's Herrera pinned on the top side.
Well, foul issues have plagued the 7-footer from Ghana. Another foul here. Herrera.
And I think this is really smart coaching by Kevin Ollie. He's making the case to Brima what he cannot do, but more importantly, he gets Lubin on the floor for this reason, Dave. You cannot get the second one. So even just to get him out underneath that first timeout, Lubin gave you good minutes yesterday. He needs to do the same today.
How about this? We have 2 coaches on the sidelines who have won national championships. That doesn't happen every day, at any time of year, really. Larry Brown won it 1988 at Kansas. Kevin Ollie just last year. UConn, the defending national champs. Hamilton handles it. Back for Boatwright. He glances at the shot clock, down to 7. Thought about it. Purvis off the fake, launches. He can't drill it. Nolan went to keep the rebound alive, but he tapped it to SMU, and Manuel, who's had a couple of the most spectacular dunks of the American Conference tournament here on this floor in Hartford. Moore looking inside. Here's Herrera on the spin, the fire, got it.
That is UConn's plan. Anytime the ball is entered into that post, they want to come with a quick double. It might be a snapback by a guard. It might be from the other side of the floor, but they will double the post. Good job by Moreira, taking his time and his move.
UConn has played really well here at the XL Center, one of their home courts, 9-1 here. Just sneaking by Tulsa yesterday, 47-42. Purvis pulling his way in for two.
What do you notice about the way Purvis wants to score? He wants to use the bounce to get him into his rhythm. I'd almost give him a cushion, hand and contest, because he really likes to go off the bounce to get into his step.
4 catches on the way, got it. He nails a 3.
So smooth, so easy. Good execution on a little down screen to free him.
Tough day yesterday, played all 40 minutes. As we mentioned, just 7 points, 3 for 14. But he also dished out 6 assists. Purvis again into the lane. He really wants to get in that paint. Poked away by Hamnups were introduced first here. So everyone went crazy, and that just gave more time to boo SMU when their lineup was introduced.
If a team comes back from 10 down, their season looks like it's all but over and headed toward the NIT, I don't think UConn's going to stress over a locker room where they put their shirt on.
You know, they only scored 47 points in yesterday's win over Tulsa. The spin move and inside a foul. That's really something. They have been loud, they have been passionate, and have been a huge help to UConn. More off the screen, not there for him. Rebound batted to Hamilton. Foul went against Lubin a moment ago, so SMU with a 3-point lead, but Boatwright with the ball. Does he appear to you shaky at all after taking a shot to the head?
No, he does not. He's just got a very long defender on a move, and there's a little mistake, and UConn doesn't take advantage. An illegal screen by Lubin, and interesting.
UConn already with 4 fouls. Just 1 for SMU in the early minutes. UConn needing to win to return to the NCAA tournament, no question about that. And you know the selection committee is watching this one minute by minute like most of the country. Here's Manuel with a jumper, but that won't drop. Big rebound, Moreira back out for more.
Kevin Ollie pleading for a push-off by SMU in order to get that rebound. Not going to get that whistle.
Or trying to get around Lubin. Kennedy in the game on a hard drive. It won't drop for him. An air ball. Shoveled ahead for Boatwright. He loves to work in transition. Hamilton gave some notion to a 3. Now launches. And he's as cold as he was yesterday. Lubin with a big rebound for 2. That was sheer strength.
So you elect to stay with him because he's doing the job. He's battling on the boards. He's a bigger frame than Amita Brima. He doesn't give you the shot blocking, but I'll take that attitude and that message sent to SMU.
He's getting some early minutes. The swing inside. Kennedy draws the foul. He'll be at the line. We have seen this over from Jamaica. That's 3 fouls, though, so at this pace, Lubin's not going to be in there very much longer. He's coming out right now.
Now, this is a very small lineup on the floor for UConn. And we saw Fran Dunphy had to go to this when Temple got into some foul trouble. So now super small lineup for UConn. How do they compete on the backboards?
Very interesting talking with 74-year-old Larry Brown before the game. And he said, my kids are still getting used to the idea there's a bullseye on their back, that they're supposed to win this tournament. They're going back to the NCAA tournament for the first time in many years. And it's just starting to sink in. It
does take a different mentality to be the hunted rather than the one in pursuit.
Boatwright swings for Purvis. Purvis is really commanding the ball. The fall-away jumper, not there. He really wants to shoot it. He wants to touch every time down for UConn. SMU by 3 and the ball. Manuel, who's a senior, back for more. The junior and the unquestioned leader, Kennedy, jumping inside and knocks down 2.
He's so tough. He's just got tremendous size. You can play the power game on the post. You can put him in a pick and roll. He might roll to that mid-range and hit that. So smart.
Calhoun in now and lost it. He went down, thought he got hit. Ben Moore to Nick Moore. Around and out. Kennedy with a big rebound. And a second chance. He's not going to wait off the fake. That spins away. Ben Moore tipped it. Coming out of the pack, Sterling Brown. Now a tie-up.
That might have been long enough.
The Huskies were out-rebounded by Tulsa Saturday, 40-28.
Yeah.
Remember, they were down 10 with about 6 minutes to go. They rallied to win anyway.
And I can guarantee you, the post players from SMU are more talented and there's more of them.
A whistle way away from the basketball as Calhoun got tied up. So it'll be UConn ball checking in from the baseline. 11:59 to go in the half. And this is the game that everybody in town and in many regions of New England are talking about. Boatwright with a step-back jumper. Couldn't hit it there. Nolan went up for the rebound.
Screens Ryan Boatwright. It was actually his ability to get separation with his skill that got him that look.
And for Hamilton, a gifted freshman from Los Angeles who attended LA's famed Crenshaw High, as did his head coach, Kevin Ollie. Boatwright looking for a little movement here. He backs away. Shot clock at 14. Goes in strong and draws the foul. So he'll be at the line for two as he gets
down, and it has an effect on the shooter, then that's a foul.
That's a clear rule. Manuel got him, his first. Boatwright, an excellent foul shooter, and drains the first. Boatwright so far in the tournament, 12 against South Florida. They've needed him more and more the deeper they've gone.
45% of the team's points yesterday in what was a rock fight with Tulsa.
And that's being kind.
Yeah.
But a huge win for UConn. They need one more to go to the NCAA tournament. And that one spins in.
Gotten involved on 2 prior occasions. There's magic in March with the Connecticut program. I thought our colleague Seth Greenberg made a great point on SportsCenter this morning. He said certain programs, Kansas, Carolina, Duke, when the calendar flips, they believe it's a rite of passage to win. Nice pass.
And for Kennedy in the easy stuff. Marcus Kennedy, the 6'9" junior. His mom has been here throughout, here in Hartford, coming in from Philadelphia. Boatwright with a quick shot, maybe a bit hasty. And it's tapped out high. SMU on the attack now. Ryan Manuel with it. Brown jumps inside the paint. Nice give. Kennedy can't finish, but the tip is up and good.
You could see the white jerseys are just carving out space, working hard on the offensive end.
They gave Sterling Brown credit for the basket. Neither team shooting the lights out in the early going. Mita Brima getting ready to check back in for the Huskies. And Ben Amelagu will come on for the Mustangs. 10 to shoot, launching Hamilton. That missed badly off target. I think that's the thing about Daniel Hamilton these last couple of games. Most of his shots have not been close. He was 1 for 9 yesterday.
He says he spends an awful lot of time grieving at night for his grandmother.
Brown with a spin move, beautifully done, but could not finish. The tip comes to the Huskies and Boatwright, who makes 42% beyond the three-point line. Samuel, strong move in the paint, tied up. Kennedy, really.
And you work the offensive glass. I'll say this about the SMU bigs. They do an extraordinary job passing the ball post to post.
Kennedy, a big target in there, too. 6'9" transfer from Villanova. Just won the Big East. Amelagu. 10 to shoot. On the drive, a tough angle there by Ben Moore. Very difficult shot. Free ball comes to Brima. Hamilton back for Boatwright to set one up. 15-8. SMU starting to get a little of that separation you were talking about.
You got to get the right players taking the shots.
Samuel wants to go in strong again and draws the foul. Ben Moore, a lot of playing time as a freshman last year behind that terrific backcourt of Shabazz Napier and Ryan Boatwright.
What he gives you is another guy who can handle the ball. They try to get Ryan off the ball so that he doesn't have to have it in his hands constantly, be creating constantly. But SMU is doing a tremendous job with their team defense, limiting Ryan Boatwright's touches.
These two teams split the pair of games they played in the regular season. Second one on the way, and he got that. So it's a 5-point lead for the Mustangs. Sterling Brown comes back on. This was a very painful time of the year. 12 months ago for the Mustangs, they were left out of the NCAA tournament. That will not happen this year. But will it happen to UConn? That's the great question. And another whistle with 8:29 to go in the half. Serious glare from his head coach, Kevin Ollie. Meligu up high. Here's Moore. He's been fairly quiet in the first half. Averages 14 a game. He had 20 against ECU in their first game of this tournament. Manuel operate. Took a little bump and a foul.
Very fast feet prohibits Ryan Manuel from getting by. This is Daniel Hamilton, the freshman, just getting to the spot. It was the right hand of Manuel where he pushed off that got him to whistle.
UConn has their crowd. They've missed 5 consecutive shots. Haven't had a field goal since the 13:41 mark. Calhoun in the corner.
Look at Manuel. Manuel is just the length, the willingness to get down in the stance and prohibit touches. He's doing a tremendous job.
Hamilton with the shot clock winding down. That won't fall. Another cold day for him. Still a 5-point lead on the attack. Manuel and the foul. He got hit. UConn. Brima with 2, Nolan with 2, and Lubin with 3. Let's go to Quinn.
Dave, the words of Larry Brown, I didn't get a great night's sleep last night when I saw him early this morning in the hotel lobby pacing. I think he probably would have gotten a better night's sleep playing Tulsa. But the players, they wanted this game. Nick Moore told me, this is the game we want. Revenge of their March 1st loss here to win a
to SMU.
It was an 81-73 UConn win, but they had a career-high 28 from Purvis.
Brown with both right on him. Meligu off target. Herrera loses control of the rebound and another.
Frustration. Some bad offense, and you can see the rebounding margin starting to spread out for SMU.
Herrera up high, finds Kennedy underneath for the stop.
So physically strong, and he is, again, he can play with his back to the basket. He can make you some face-up jump shots. He's an outstanding passer, Marcus Kennedy.
UConn without a field goal, Doris, in almost 7 minutes.
Yeah, Larry Brown says he is absolutely a pro, Marcus Kennedy.
Well, the Huskies in dire need of the boat show right now as they are falling behind. They're down by 8. He'll launch the 3. He can't hit. He's yet to make one. And they are 0 for 6 beyond the 3-point line. Here's Kennedy again. That's just too easy.
But guard keeps looking at him until they're able to put it on time and on target.
Well, since Kennedy entered the game, SMU has a 13-6 advantage, and he has 10 of those points. So they are making him the focus. Number 5 in white.
SMU comes out of their man-to-man and goes to a 2-3 zone, but it's active and it's long on the back line.
Samuel, jump pass for Boatwright. Shot clock at 7. Baseline drive. No foul there. Knocked out of play. 10-point lead for the Mustangs. Boatwright for Hamilton. Someone's got to get a shot in the air. At 1, he fires and can't hit it. So a desperation heave. Boatwright with just 2 points, 0 for 6 shooting. Kennedy, yet another touch. Every time down to his right, batted away by Purvis.
Yeah, sometimes on a driver you think is out of control or doesn't have a shot of making that basket. You don't get the benefit of the whistle.
This an area, as Boatwright continues to make his case, an area where Kennedy has looked better than his season average in the low 60s shooting foul shots. Everything
he does is too good to be a low 60s foul shooter. And he's very capable on a face-up jump shot, so there's no reason he shouldn't be a good free throw shooter.
UConn has missed 9 consecutive shots. Approaching the 5-minute mark in the first half. It has been forever since they've made a field goal. Can Purvis end that? Here's Boatwright again. 7 on the shot clock. Crowd counted off, down to 3. Long pass. Here's Purvis. He heaves it up there. That had very little chance of hitting.
It's been the story all season for Connecticut. Their inability to manufacture good offense.
SMU playing some tight defense as well. They're holding UCONN to 10 points with about 4.5 minutes remaining in the half. Nick Moore, he misfires on a 3. Hamilton to Purvis, trying to get them going. Brown corrals the rebound.
This is playing very much like their Tulsa game. And the crowd did not have anything to cheer for until the final 3 minutes and 38 seconds of that game.
And this is the #1 seed.
Yeah, different level team.
Herrera, he's tied up and fouled. Yannick Herrera, the 6'11" senior from Angola, starred for the Angola national team in the FIBA World Cup. And named the most improved player in the American.
What a job this staff has done with this young man. Keep in mind, a year ago, he was never fully healthy. But he's a tremendous athlete at 6'11", 220 pounds, very good feet. And it feels like with every repetition from a basketball standpoint, Herrera takes a step forward.
His development has been a major factor in their success this year. So Herrera with another one coming with 4:09 to go in the half. And despite the huge crowd here today at the XL Center, the Huskies have not responded, at least not yet, offensively. In and out with a second. And Hamilton will be shooting at the line for a 1-and-1. He's the American Conference Rookie of the Year.
He just hasn't looked like himself, has he, Dave? This is a guy who's been their second leading scorer. Again, we documented it early. He lost his grandmother a week ago today. So he's playing with a bit of a heavy heart, but he's not looked right this entire tournament. 12 rebounds yesterday, so he tried to contribute by his activity.
Now, in the first round, he actually did play quite well. He scored 20 points, 6 out of 8. So he shot the ball much better in the first round than he has these most important games in the semifinal and the final. Crowd trying to come back and be a factor again. Here's Kennedy. Out of the double team. Ameligu on the attack. Sweeping in, and it rolls in. Nice touch.
Well, it's a tough shot. They got the ball to change sides after the double, which meant the closeout from the other side was going to be harder for the defense.
Ameligu transferred from Virginia Tech, where he was voted team captain as a freshman. Larry Brown said, "I've never even heard of that happening, where a freshman gets that honor." Samuel for Purvis, the jumper. Yes! Well, the points have felt like forever in coming. Purvis has 7.
Still within reach with Brima playing very limited minutes.
Kennedy strong to the lane, off the fake, and 2 more for him.
They don't have an answer. They do not have an answer for the game of Marcus Kennedy.
14 for the big fella in the first half, having an outstanding first 20 minutes.
And you just keep switching defenses for a team that struggles to score. Just keep mixing it up, make them play against multiple looks.
Purvis wants to fire a long 3. And the Huskies have some life in Hartford. 10 for Rodney Purvis. Ameligu, the backdoor here. Herrera doubled up. Benmore launches. And they're going to get Kennedy over the back. Field goal drought, which has now ended, of 10 minutes and 20 seconds.
Well, you have to give credit to their defense because they've hung tough. They haven't hung their heads. They continue to try to guard. I mean, you got an SMU team that shoots 47% on the season. They're at 39% right now.
1-and-1 here for Lubin. I think originally they were planning on giving him 2 shots. They corrected that. Rubin getting some key minutes here in the first half. Foul trouble, of course, by Mita Brima. He's dealt with throughout his career. He knocks down the first one.
There are a couple of silly fouls by SMU over the back in a bonus situation wide. You can see what Purvis has done relative to the rest of the team. 1 for 12.
Look in his eye. Says, I'm far from done.
I admire the progression because he got hurt in the tournament in Puerto Rico to his elbow. He didn't shoot it great. It had an effect on him. He's grown up in a short span.
Transfer from NC State. 27-19, last 2 minutes of the half. SMU trying to turn back the momentum. Amelagu back to Benmore. The swing. Moore with a catch. Shot clock down to 4. Nick Moore faking Hamilton. Benmore's jumper. Yes.
How good is Nick Moore? UConn did a very good job of doubling and reacting and recovering out of the double. But it's Nick Moore's brilliance as a point guard to recognize the shot clock, 1 extra pass, easy, uncontested shot.
A smooth operator, gets about 5 assists a game. Certainly a pass-first guard. Not an easy thing to play point guard for Larry Brown, one would think. On the drive, Boatwright just had it stolen away by Cunningham while he was airborne. Benmore with a scoop and count it. Goaltending, he goes to 31-19.
And though Nick Moore has not shot it well today, he has extraordinary control and command of this team. Lifts the freshman off his feet, recognizing that he had just enough time for one more pass, and his teammate is put in a good position.
Now 1 minute before the break. So it's going to be uphill for the Huskies. And this monumental attempt to get back to the NCAA tournament come the second half, 31-19. They need a hot hand to go along with Purvis, don't they? Hamilton. Purvis with another long one. Got a great look. The high rebound comes to SMU. And Larry Brown wants a timeout to set up a play here in which at UConn, Gino Auriemma, the Hall of Famer.
My guess is Kara Lawson, Rebecca Lobo, and Kevin Nagandi will mention UConn a time or two on that show.
Yeah. The defending champs yet again. And the favorite to win another. Final seconds of the half here. SMU, by the way, 23-2 when leading at halftime this season. Over the top, the catch and a stuff by Moore. Moore to Moore. Boatwright, heaving one, going to be well short. That's how the first half.
And changing sides of the floor, getting ball reversal. That's according to Glenn Miller, UConn associate head coach. Defensively, admits the post defense has been poor. You'll see earlier double teams and quicker double teams.
All right, Quinn, thank you very much. UConn 21% shooting in the first half, 2 for 13 from 3.
Well, hopefully those are quicker doubles, but with less fouling.
Hamilton with it. UConn with the first possession. He was 0 for 4 in the first 20. In the lane, gets one up there. Another one won't drop for him.
How good a job does SMU do defensively, playing defense with their feet? Slides are on time. They're keeping their man away from the basket. Just a really solid defensive team, SMU.
The entry from Herrera, and count that. Brima with a goal.
Length.
Senior at 6'10", knocks down the foul shot. Back-to-back games, scoring 19 in the first half. It's a season low for the Huskies. And now facing a big deficit, 36-19. Boatwright trying to get him started. That's a good way to get it. Three-pointer there.
They need a little life in their legs. That should help at least a bit.
That's the first shot he's made today. He was 0 for 5 in the first half from 3. He's just passed Kemba Walker for 8th on the school's all-time scoring list. A scramble for it on the deck. Boatwright in on the fight, a tie-up here. Langs chasing their 27th win of the season. In a much more positive frame of mind than they were at this point last year when they missed out on the tournament. Cunningham with a miss. Purvis wants to run on the attack. 36-24. Purvis, the top scorer for the Huskies, with 12.
That's how they have to play. They can't grind it in the half court against this team. They've got to find a way to play with some pace.
Cunningham got airborne and fouled on the arm.
An offensive team can't be grinded every single trip.
Cunningham, good foul shooter, 75%. 18-12 to go here in Hartford, the American Conference title match. 1 of 2 for Cunningham. We'll see if Boatwright, in fact, has gotten hot. Purvis has been all day. Way short on that one, though. Tipped out of.
Third lineup, 2 posts up front.
Samuel, one of those guards, to put it in. Nolan fighting for position, but up top for Brima. Boatwright won't wait. Long one. Off the back iron. Nice save there. Great job by Samuel on the tap. Now he wants to get in that lane. He scoops it up. It spins out. I don't know how that didn't stay down. That was in the cylinder. Moore quickly on the other end cashes in with a 2-pointer.
Boy, big time answer. If UConn's able to come back, it'll be against a higher quality team than they've had to do to this point.
It's a great point. They've had the 3 great wins. I think fatigue is certainly something you have to think about, but SMU is the #1 seed for a reason. This is a very confident-looking Mustang team. Would you agree?
Well, one of the things they do, everybody's role is defined and they play to their roles, but the other thing is they're nonplussed. Nothing knocks this team off balance.
So far today, even a huge crowd. Here's Purvis. Yes! He's putting it on his back right now. 15 for Rodney Purvis, who's had an outstanding tournament. Remember, he had 28 the last time these two teams met 2 weeks ago. Manuel jumps in the lane. Deflected away by Brima. Brown got it back. 7 to shoot in the lane. They move it beautifully, but no basket. More mishandled. Brown back again. Another miss. More goes up and a whistle and a foul. Nolan with the foul. SMU on top by 12. More looking to add to that. Boatwright trying to show some leadership.
Well, just his message all season: hang tough, keep competing, don't put your head down. And that's a young man, Ryan Boatwright. Don't tell me there's no value in college athletics or in spending 4 years at an institution, because that young man has grown up in a big-time way.
He nearly led to the NIT. The only hope they have, and he has a cold shooting day going, is to win today to go to the NCAA tournament, clinching the automatic bid. The selection committee is really watching this one closely.
Well, how about the head of that selection committee saying, I've got a bracket with UConn and a bracket without UConn.
Right. Boatwright thought about that poor pass, knocked away by Brown. Pass goes behind his back. He'll try the baseline. The give for Kennedy. Once again, Brima there to interrupt him. Here's Brown. Brima, a great force right there defensively. Purvis beats everyone to the other end, and Kennedy will.
He had 2 bad whistles in a row.
Purvis at the line, in and out. Only about a 55% foul shooter. Hall of Famer Larry Brown. He's already won a national championship, won an NBA championship. 74-year-old grandpa has his team as a #1 seed here in the American. Now 2 important misses there by Purvis, with an opportunity to creep a little bit closer. He's been the offense largely, 6 for 13. The rest of the Huskies 2 for 18. Back out for Brown. When Kennedy's in the game, though, he's the man they want to feature. Backdoor cut, Manuel, and he lays it in.
How good is that? I've talked about the post passing of the bigs from SMU. They know that hard double is coming. And so Moreira just keeps the ball where nobody can touch it and finds the cutter. Good job by Manuel to find the open spot.
Look at the advantage points in the paint, 20 to 6. In the tournament, they have outscored all opponents 88 to 40 in the paint. Their bigs have gotten it done. Samuel trying to penetrate. Lubin spins, got it up there, but misses. Kennedy for the rebound. And now the Mustangs are grabbing back that momentum in a big way here in Hartford.
Time and score. You don't get a good shot and you're transition or your secondary transition. You've got the ball, the lead, and you work your offense.
Save back out for Brown. Here's Nick Moore to set it up, the Conference Player of the Year. Working on Boatwright. The shot on the way, Morera. Around and out. Tussle for the rebound. They both go out of play. That was Kennedy and Lee.
Stevens has the tie up before they go out of bounds, and therefore the possession arrow.
Boatwright with a long jumper. Too strong. Very cold shooting day in a most important spot for Ryan Boatwright. Here's Nick Moore on the other end. Morera gets fouled by.
Everybody knows their roles, and they play to those roles. And the best teams in the country, they're good offensively, they guard defensively, and they understand who's supposed to take the shots when.
Over 3 minutes without a point for the Huskies. They've been down this road before. Hamilton wants the ball off the fake to his right on Kennedy, and a whistle and a foul made very late in the contest was huge. Did chip in with 12 rebounds and 5 assists. 43-28, another one coming. Kennedy will take a seat, and Ben Moore will come on for Larry Brown. The freshman from Los Angeles with another free throw. A lot of iron, but he makes 1 of 2. So a 15-point lead for the Mustangs and the ball. Again, the crowd back in their seats and dying to get involved to be a factor. Nick Moore takes the handoff, bit of a stumble. He wants to work on Boatwright. The reach in by Purvis.
Couldn't tell if he had wrist.
They're calling it tight. More shovels here from Morera. He made sure.
Dynamite play.
10 points for Yannick Morera. And the lead balloons to 17. Hamilton can't operate. Back out for Purvis. The drive blocked by Brown. At a critical spot in the game. Hamilton gets it in over the top for Bryma. Boatwright, such a tough day. 1 for 11 shooting. 7 on the shot clock for the Huskies. Boatwright to his right. Heavy traffic. Back out for Purvis, and he's traveling with it. He only had
Ryan Boatwright just sort of making hand signals, talking to his guys, trying to get him around, and it went 0.
You made a great point. It's like the kind of possession you'd see in November.
Yeah.
But not in March when you desperately need a game.
There's a reason, you know, UConn has to walk out of here with the title, or they're going to the NIT. And a little shot. Now another look on the defensive end by SMU. They're back into that zone.
Bryma bounce feed, and that one's going to go out, and another ugly-looking possession.
Zone.
Under 12 minutes. And maybe all that is left in the season, at least here for the UConn Huskies on this floor, for sure. High up on the wing, here's Emaluka. Manuel has it. Here's Brown. Shot clock down to 5. Emaluka with a hard drive. There's another stop by Bryma. Purvis steps in. Got it to go. So approaching the 11-minute mark. By the way, a moment ago we showed you his grandma who's here watching him and cheering him on in person, and she was very concerned. As Manuel gives it off to Moore. His pull-up jumper. Purvis high up for the rebound. Say this for Rodney Purvis. He's a full head of steam all by himself. He's trying to lift up UConn.
The game is not over. UConn has showed you anything over the last couple days. They're not going away.
Well, at least for now, and maybe for the rest of the game, if they're going to achieve another miracle, it's going to be without Ryan Boatwright.
I mean, that had the look of, the shoulder issue where it comes.
Separated shoulder, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
They're telling us left shoulder injury. He is likely to return. Kennedy gives it up. He turns it over. Purvis again down the lane. UConn may have found another hero. 21 for Purvis.
Now, SMU did what is human nature, right? You take that sigh, you think you got control of the game. You got to start making plays again.
More into the double team. High pass. Manuel swings it. Meligu in heavy traffic. Wild shot. It'll go the other way. Foul.
You get the sense SMU has thought this game is over. Now, they're in Hartford against a team that has done this on multiple occasions. Now you got to find a way to get your energy and get the momentum back.
And to stop number 44 in blue. Purvis taking over the game. Samuel wants the lane. Tough adjustment there. Meligu there for the rebound. Samuel trying to make something happen. They have forced it a bit. This big crowd has been roused again.
SMU has matched down because UConn's got their small lineup with Hamilton at the 4.
Moore zips it into the lane. Herrera nearly lost it. Back out for Brown. Stepping in Manuel with the spin. The dish to Herrera. Perhaps one pass too many. And the shot clock expired before. He'll play with one arm. He's got a big heart. Directing traffic as we approach the 9-minute mark. Purvis traveling with it.
You know, he has that moment's hesitation, right? Where it is, and he's done it twice from exactly the same spot.
Lead still at 11. The catch, the shot by Moore. Not this time. Herrera keeps it alive. Moore to penetrate into the lane. Yes. Boy, they look for him for every important basket.
Yeah, and you know what I like about him is he has a short window. You know, Nick Moore's confidence doesn't waver. He could miss 10 shots, and I honestly know in his heart of hearts he thinks the next one's going down.
So the lead back up to 13. It was 14 at halftime. Hamilton wants to make the move. Oh, that's pretty off the window.
That's the Daniel Hamilton that looks like the next level prospect.
Get the feeling some key people for the Huskies are starting to find some confidence on the offensive end.
Got nothing to lose. Play your hearts out. Nobody expects you to win this thing.
Boatwright chasing Moore. Brown jumping into the paint. Lots of traffic there. Lost it on a play. Quint, you were over there near Larry Brown's huddle. What were they talking about?
Yeah, directly to his guys. We are playing out of character. Get in tight. Stay in character. They've come back on everybody. Embrace this part of the game.
And it's exactly right, and I've talked about it. They've taken shots they don't normally take. They relaxed and took a sigh of relief on the defensive and offensive ends. They're not playing to their character.
Hamilton, a teardrop, and made it! He'll go to the line!
It's harder when a team is making you feel game pressure, and right now UConn is putting some game pressure on the Mustangs.
Third foul on Sterling Brown. Hamilton with a chance at a three-point play. Ton of time left. Herrera finds Amelagu, and a whistle before the shot.
UConn has one more to give before the Mustangs start shooting free throws. Obviously, UConn already in the bonus.
Foul is on Rodney Purvis. Moore trying to operate. Brown collects, swatted away, but counted. Goal. Lead back to 10 for the Mustangs.
Full complement of timeouts, 4 on either side as we start getting down to crunch time.
Kennedy remaining on the bench for SMU. It's a different game when he's in there, and a different offensive attack for Larry Brown's team. Purvis to the lane, undaunted, he lays it in.
They found a little bit of mojo with this small lineup. They space the floor and open driving angles, and they're getting to the rack with consistency.
SMU finding Purvis too much to handle. Kennedy is giving UConn fits, but he's on the bench.
So you can shrink the floor against SMU on everybody except Nick Moore.
Herrera mishandled it. Purvis ran into him. Foul number 3 on Purvis.
Here's another look at what Rodney Purvis did. And again, they had played such a long sequence. He's in trouble anyway. He didn't have to do that. You realize how tough a shot that would have been for Herrera?
He has the crowd in his ears with 6:10 to go. He makes 1 of 2, 9-point lead for SMU.
9 points is very doable. You've got a lot of time here.
In particular. And doesn't look like Boatwright offensively is in much shape to do anything.
Yep. Never nervous Purvis. That's Rodney, not Ellison.
Hamilton back for Boatwright. Since he injured that shoulder, he has not attempted a shot. Purvis again! Way downtown! Oh man, does he have a cool look on his face. 26 for Purvis.
Again, that top of the key area is his comfort zone for the catch and shoot.
You get the feeling the Boatwright injury may have lit a fire in some strange way under the Huskies. Here's Moore. He can't connect. They're on a 16-5 run since he hurt that shoulder. Purvis thought about it. He was barely across midcourt. Look at what he's done as opposed to the rest of the Huskies. They don't care how they get to the NCAA tournament. Within 6, Purvis catches another one. This one too strong. Rebound batted. Boatwright ties him up. The line with 5:02 to go. I think a player could play many games for a new team, as Rodney Purvis has done this season. And you're not yet part of the tradition. You're not yet part of the fabric. But today, he's played his way into that.
I agree. And that's a pretty lofty play-in.
Certainly with this program, 52-44. Under 5, Boatwright, too strong.
Didn't love the shot. I know he's capable, but on a day where you're already 1 for 11, he's upset with himself. He really is. He's reacting to it. He's got to get right back to it on the defensive end.
Kennedy back in there. Up against Brima, nearly threw it away. Manuel with a catch. Amelagu. Brima with another block. That triggers the break. Purvis, of course, down the lane and draws the foul before the shot.
When you allow him to play with force to the rim, that body's more than prepared.
Needs a lot of work in his foul shooting, though, in the mid-50s. With the shooting by half, as UConn has picked it up in a huge way in the second 20 minutes. Nick Moore with a dish and another whistle here. Foul defender out of Houston, but just a 62% foul shooter. Shooting 2, gets the first.
The committee is watching this, and every team in that last 4 out listed category by Joey Brackets is also watching. Fran Dunphy said after his game, there is a lot of angst over the next 24 hours.
1 of 2. 53-44. And a timeout. Boatwright 5:30.
So crucial timeout there. You're 9 seconds and a dead ball away from a stoppage of play, but you use one because this is an important possession.
Hamilton on Moore, floats one in, and Brima stuffs it.
Well, for the most part, SMU has done a very good job with that connection because Hamilton and Brima as a tandem have been hard to deal with all year.
Manuel looking for more. Kennedy. Manuel to dribble down. Back out for more. The three. Big rebound by Hamilton. UConn trying to cut into the lead here. Boatwright draws the foul before the shot, so no basket there. Cincinnati 21 against Tulsa in the semis. But playing with a bad wing, an injured shoulder. An 85% foul shooter. So he's the top foul shooter on the team. The senior from Aurora, Illinois.
Yeah, one thing, you use that timeout here at Kevin is 4:09 left, so you were moments away from a whistle and a dead ball in a timeout situation. They ended up scoring on the play, so you got what you wanted, but you sit there and you got 2 left to Larry's 4 to see if it plays out that maybe you need it.
See some of the Husky women on hand here, along with their great coach Gino Auriemma. Kind of look at the player of the year, Brianna Stewart, in the crowd. They're about to begin their tournament as the #1 overall. But this one's 53-48.
Just a 2-possession game, so you play your defense straight up. Boatwright is trying to deny Nick Moore a catch, and he'll eventually find his way to that basketball.
Boatwright on Moore. Two of the great guards in this conference. Kennedy back for Moore. 3 minutes to play here in Hartford. Ben Moore feeding Manuel. Kennedy with a touch. They double up on him. Shot clock's at 4. Moore got the pass off. Kennedy too strong. A rebound by Brown, and they'll get a new shot clock. So another big rebound by the Mustangs with 2:39.
Bounces long and he gives it up. 14 offensive rebound.
This is a long defensive sit for the Huskies. Nearly turned over, but no foul was called.
It's a foul.
Moore. They chased and gave it up, but it's loose on the deck. And SMU wants a timeout.
They're going to rule it.
Trying to get it in over the top for Ben Moore. And a whistle and a...
Why do that?
May not have gotten it off in time. The shot clock. Moore makes the first. 54-48 with 2:12 to play. Is there yet another comeback left for Boatwright and the Huskies? He makes the pair.
Ham coming back in and replacing Ben Moore.
Boatwright directing traffic as Hamilton on the move. Purvis to penetrate, lost the handle up and knocked out a play by SMU.
And SMU is in a 2-3 zone. They tried to disguise it, make it look like a man as Connecticut was coming up the floor, but it was absolutely...
Jerry Pollard just had the bench sit down for SMU. Hamilton on the drive to the right. Brima batted it away, loose on the baseline, and SMU, as that one was poked out of play by Hamilton.
If you're trying to over-deny not getting exposed in transition, they do a good job.
A big rebounding day for Sterling Brown. He has 12. That's a career high. Boatwright bodying up on Moore. Flips it up there. And another whistle. Moore's an outstanding foul shooter. Boatwright with 7, now 4 fouls. He's been in pain much of the day.
You could toughness by SMU. They let their guard down briefly, but they've had to show some mental toughness to respond to the runs in a hostile environment.
Well, do they have enough time with 1:31?
Saying you need threes. Obviously, if you get an uncontested look at three, you'll take it, but you got to work quickly.
Hamilton high on the wing. Calhoun setting a screen. Got to figure Purvis will fire. Here it comes. And off target. So now 1 minute and 13 seconds left. And here inside the XL Center, they are beginning to sense it. As we approach the 1 minute mark. Cunningham back for more. Running off some clock. Kennedy, who's had such a major impact in this game. Manuel looking for some help. Shot clock down to 7. 48 seconds to play. The spin by Moore and a reach in by Boatwright. That'll do it for him. Conference Player of the Year. And buries the first one. So SMU is right on the verge of winning the American regular season championship and tournament championship. Shaking off a comeback bid by the Huskies.
Seems appropriate. You know, it was going to be a much tougher task to get in a hole and come back against a team that has been by far, with 4 double-digit scores, the best offense and defense in the league all year. That kind of comeback was going to be much harder.
Purvis did everything he could. Calhoun fouled in the act of shooting a long one from the corner.
Larry Brown's reaction.
With 30 seconds to play, that'll put Calhoun at the line. So he shoots 3 times here.
3 shots.
Calhoun, the junior from Brooklyn, makes about 74%. He drains the first one. And that's the look that tells the story on the face of Ryan Boatwright, who had one of the great shots for them against Cincinnati the other night, right on this floor to beat the buzzer and send them on to Saturday. We've seen UConn guards pull off those miracles before.
Got a foul immediately. You can't wait and be selective here. Yeah, exactly.
Kennedy, don't you think?
No question about it. They hold teams below 40% shooting. Their scouts are exceptional. The kids play to the scouts. They shoot 47%, actually 48% on the season on the offensive end. 4 double-digit scores. Their margin on the glass is almost 7 per game.
Purvis has to get a 3 in the air, and he nails that. Trying to get it into him. Over the top for Cunningham to wait for the foul by Calhoun. Cunningham's a good foul shooter. The XL Center the last several nights. They've been terrific. They've done everything they could, I think, within their power.
Yeah, no question.
And they are going to remain on hand here.
Conference tournament goes to a more neutral site next year. Somewhat more neutral.
62-54. Purvis launches another one, partially blocked by Manuel. And that will do it. They will stop fouling. And Nick Moore and SMU can celebrate the tournament championship. They are the kings of the American. And at least for this year, no matter